This is it. Well, why graffiti matters and why you should care about it. Simply put, graffiti, it's the most free form of human expression. And as we go through this walkthrough today, I hope you can get a sense of my passion for it. And maybe have a deeper appreciation. Maybe stop once in a while and appreciate what it means. But why graffiti matters and why you should care about it. Graffiti is using environment in an unlawful or often unlawful way to display a message or convey meaning. Why you should care about it, simply put, is it's the expression of thoughts, moments and experiences in a medium which is unrestricted by other people's views and opinions on it. The artist wants to convey a message and the viewer wants to experience introspection and reflection in a matter and in a place which is unencompassing of such thoughts. Where do you see graffiti? You see it in the slums, you see it in the Ranhood. And where do you mostly see it? Camperdown. We're going through a walkthrough today, experiencing some of graffiti found in Newtown, some of my favourite pieces, some of the pieces that mean the most, and how it changes over time. Graffiti, it has a special place in my heart because it's always been an art form which has been looked down upon, but also has the greatest reach, greatest impact on a person, because there comes a time when you're not expecting this impact. And the quality of these moments can never be underplayed and underplayed. Just walking through, you might look at this and think, this is just pieces of shit, this is just tags. And the reality is, some of this is, but what it allows for, this is the gateway, in a sense, to more deeper, more connection to land, more connection to using things in unconventional ways to display a message. You can see how colours convey a certain heritage, how quotes create meaning to it. This Dunker piece, 2037, was a local glebe man who had tragic circumstances, and the reality is he stood for much more and he stood for better things. This is CEO, but one of my favourite quotes is around the corner here, which is "Rest in peace, Sparrow." This piece has a quote that's always stayed with me ever since I read it, which is, "Get organised or die selfish." I really like it because on the surface it seems like a somewhat ironic or oxymoron, but the reality is the selfishness comes from the impact of not getting organised, not making the most of this life, and the selfishness that comes with that, not only for yourself but for others. Only you know what you're capable of and the impact you can have on the world, and that not getting organised and not putting yourself out there and not taking opportunities when they come is selfish at the end of the day. It's not wanting more out of this life. It's not creating new experiences. It's not creating anything. You're just experiencing. And at the end of the day, I think creation is the ultimate form of human expression in any form. I'm always going to encourage it. Now, we're in Camperdown Park today. I don't know if I established that. And yeah, it's the focal point of Newtown, and in Newtown graffiti has always been part of the culture, and that's the reality of it, because it's a place that back in the day contained a lot of council housings, but that as gentrification has come along and changed that, I'm lucky enough most of the current pieces have stayed or got renewed. But that leads me on to my next point, which is murals versus graffiti. Something like this is a mural. Now this one's not too bad, but these are kind of paid artworks that that people that own the houses would have paid for. But my issues with them is most of the time it's to stop real artwork from being created on them. And sure, I can understand if someone doesn't want tagging in their place. I can clearly see that. I can see some tags are horrible, some do not, convey anything, some do not create meaning. But the implication of murals is the antithesis of what graffiti was meant to stand for. Graffiti is meant to stand for free expression, and murals completely restrict areas in which that expression can be had. This is an amazing piece. They've used colours in such a way that it really catches the eye and really makes you think about what was going through the author's mind. But it goes deeper. If you go on any back street in Newtown, you're just getting artwork like this. Now, this person would have started off as a tagger. So the trajectory of most graffiti artists is they start off with getting a paint pen and they go around little tags, doing simple things like this. But as they get more into the culture, they start, writing their name out in graffiti, using colours that represent them, and then it comes further than that. They start adding trinkets and items that really express who they are, and that's where it comes from. That's why there's that passion for the culture. Like this one, this place would have been painted blue, and some people would have come along and seen this as a pirate, the octopus, an island, a land, and without getting too much into it, I think this is amazing. And so back to the trajectory of graffiti artists. All of them would have started off with intent, and they would have started off with tagging. You'll see this on little bus stop signs, like for example right here, just on the top. I don't know if you can see it all there. Just tagging is just getting your name in places and having a connection to that land. But graffiti goes further than this. It incorporates colour into an environment where it's very mundane and very boring, like this, and it creates a message that cannot be expressed with words. It's not a speech. It's meant for you to think about what the message is, what that message means to you, what those colours elicit to you, and I think that's a very important, powerful medium. And these alleyways exist all over Newtown. They are really what the culture of Newtown was. It's this underground kind of let's see if we can find any more. Oh, this is another piece over here. I don't know if you can see it behind the tree, but that is, see, the artist has incorporated the colours of the actual building into his artwork. He's looked at it and thought, what colours can kind of get drawn into this? And he's chosen these browns and oranges and not clear, constant colours. He hasn't painted the whole wall a certain colour. He's incorporated the colour of the environment that was already there and made something of it, and that's McGee. He's got quite a few artworks around Newtown. There's one at the back of IGA, around the corner, which is a guy grabbing a Woolies bag and he's in a hood, and makes you think, is it a comment on capitalism? Is it a comment on dogs? Comment on what humans are led to in times of dire needs. But yeah, we're gonna explore some more. We'll see where this leads us. My favourite artist around Sydney is definitely Flora or Barker, but it would have to be Flora to begin with. Flora is an artist that you'll see mostly represented as little ants or little butterflies or anything like that, and he's got a message of environmentalism, and you can find this stuff everywhere. Once you start noticing it, it'll be everywhere. This is just a house that was clearly getting tagged up like this, and what's happened is they've come along or they've contacted local artists and said, hey, I don't really want this, but something like this, if you actually put effort into a piece, that's something that's worth it. And you can just see night and day difference. It creates such a better environment for everyone around it. People see it. It's great. But back to Flora. Flora is such an important artist to me because you can find him in any single place. You will notice him all around Sydney, and just that the ability to express such a simple message of environmentalism or anything, and spread that across such a wide area such as Sydney, and have this message pop up everywhere and constantly imprint in your head is something that we haven't really been seeing before. Like, the closest thing we can get is repetition in Instagram ads. Like, this is a message that's so spread, so widespread, so noticeable in such key parts of life that you can't even, there's no copy of it. There's nothing close to it. This is more of a mural, but you can see that it's integrated with tag work, which is a perfect, copy. Like, you can see this is the perfect intertwinement of graffitis and murals can be. But unfortunately, some murals really miss that message. But I'll see if I can find some more things, but for now, thank you. Yeah, so this is just bringing you back. I just want to explore, just the sort of size and scale of some of these. Like, this is just empty lots that have been, filled with colour, filled with life, filled with vibrance, and it's all thanks to graffiti. Like, this is, artists spend thousands of dollars on this paint, and it's all to create images and messages that create more to life at the end of the day. You can see this whole alleyway is filled floor to wall with colour. It's vibrant, it's alive. Like, this is a terrible day, it's raining, it's miserable, yet I feel alive looking at these pieces because I know the effort and the thoughts that went into it. This is just pure expression of character, and I just love that. We're gonna see if we can go, open sesame, see? That's a little funny one. Wow. Well, that one. We're gonna see if we can go under. Okay, that's another amazing one. You can see the whole tracks are covered. Wow. I don't know why I'm making this, but it's gonna probably, it's just to force me to, say I did something. I don't know. A lot of these houses, some of these houses used to be cleaned up. But another part of graffiti is I don't really just think it's paint. Like, it really isn't. Graffiti goes beyond that. It can be scratchings on a wood table. That's graffiti. But another massive thing is stickers. Like, they're everywhere. They're meant to spread messages. They're meant to, represent brands, represent people, collectives. It's just leaving a mark on a place and culture. It's bringing it back to, humans have a massive desire for connection to place, and I think it's really important. It's something we've lost in recent years, especially in my experience. But connection to place is so important. I think graffiti draws that out. Like, when you recognize it, Flora, for example, I feel connected to the place. I feel knowing that a certain character, a certain message will spread here, and other people get to experience that with me, and I love being able to explore that. It's the whole building. I hope you can see it. Let's see if we can get under here. I might have missed it. I don't think I did. I think it's up a bit more because the church is here. See tags like that, yes, fine, that upsets me. But if that is the gateway to some of the colour and pieces and imagination that we're able to see in other things, it's kind of, can we live with it? Can we? I don't know. Maybe that's a question for you. I just want to bring you back because this is a local church, and you can see these wooden boards. They've put them up, for people to actually graffiti on. They're encouraging this sort of behaviour because what was once written on the walls and seen as a mark of stupidity and maturity has now been created, a ability for humans to express themselves, and I think that's another really amazing thing. The encouragement of this behaviour isn't gonna create more distrust with the medium. It's only gonna highlight the ability of it to create, you know, good experiences, one for the artist and also the viewer. Like, it's just, I hate the taboo of it.